Look at that, a leopard.
That's a leopard.
It is a black leopard, and it's being handled by David Salmoni, a wild animal and big cat expert and trainer. And that little black leopard is, quite frankly, beautiful. Someday he'll be ferocious. Dave, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you very much.
Dave,
Thanks for having me.
how big is that cat going to get?
She will probably be maybe 160 pounds if she's lucky. So at this point, you can feel she's about, you want to try and hold her?
Do you mind?
If you don't mind. So what you got to do is you got to support her chest and her bum like that. So there you go.
Does she bite, by the way?
She will bite. She has claws. You know, she's a leopard, so all these things, they'll even do at this age. This size, obviously, it's not as dramatic. When she gets full size, she could literally kill something that's 5 times bigger than her.
Take a look at her.
Kidding
Take
me.
a look at her face.
Wow. What does she feel like, Greg?
She's beautiful. The claws mean business, I'll tell you that.
You feel that?
She feels like a nice little cat, actually.
Yeah, now the one thing you'll notice with black leopards, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but see how they have the spots still?
Yes.
So
Little
people
spots.
often wonder if the spots are still there, but they are. You just can't see them as well.
So, Dave, you also work for Animal Planet?
I do also work for Animal Planet, yep. So I've been working with them as their large predator expert for about 15 years or so.
You're going to be visiting a Brooklyn school to talk about building bear habitats?
Yeah, we're working with Burritos, who are with WWF and doing Give a Bear Home program for kids. Yeah, so we're trying to teach kids about habitat protection and things, and these guys are great because the biggest thing threatening leopards are habitat
Take
problems.
another look at his face. He looks a little bit nervous. I mean, like everything's
The
muted.
eyes-
Well, it's
The
the
eyes
wide
look like-
eyes,
yeah.
So like a cub at this age, because everything is so new and her sight isn't as good as it's going to be, the eyes are always looking around saying, what's going on? See, you can see how blue her eyes are right now?
Yeah.
That's going to go away.
Where does a leopard come from? Where do they grow?
This is an African leopard, but there are Asian leopards as well.
Let's take another look at that leopard. Life expectancy for the leopard?
If they get a territory 12, 13 years in captivity, she is lucky enough, she'll probably be 20, 22, 23.
And they're fast, right?
Very fast. These guys are very strong. She can take something 5 times bigger than her up a tree.
Wow.
So that's how strong they are. Now, though, I often talk to them about being a buzzsaw. So like when you make a leopard angry, they come with teeth and claws, and they're like a little buzzsaw coming
All
at you.
right, Dave, you have some other little friends?
I
you brought
do,
with
yeah.
you?
Let me show you something else here.
There goes.
I'll give you one.
Bye, leopard. Oh, my
for
goodness.
another.
Oh,
Now,
my goodness.
I got him.
It's a
Don't you have
Is it a crocodile?
Don't you have
It's
a
an
tape for
alligator.
his mouth?
No, we
Don't you
do,
what?
but we don't
tape,
need to.
The tape for the mouth.
So now this one's one I'm going to switch hands on him, which he's not going to probably care about. So I can give you guys, you can feel the thing, obviously behind, on the back, behind, there you go. Too close to the mouth. If you're within the length of the head, they can get you.
He's going to bite, really?
Really?
Well, it's not that he's going to, but reptiles are not as thought-provoking as maybe some of the mammals, and they will bite if it gets close enough.
What's the difference between this and a crocodile? This is an alligator. What about a
Yeah,
crocodile?
alligators are a little more calm. You can see how relaxed he is. They're often smaller. You talk about a Nile crocodile is very, very big.
How
saltwater
big will this
crocodile.
one get? Don't get too close and stop pinching and poking.
Try touching.
No,
Try touching.
back
Just
just a
once.
tip.
Just
I only
once,
have
just
one
once.
hand.
How about the tail? Tail's very non-dangerous.
Oh, wasn't that
Okay.
beautiful? You
Right?
bonded.
Now, obviously, with these guys, all of their sensory organs are right at the top of their head. So you can see his eyes are at the top, his nose are at the top. So what he does is he sits in the water just like this, and all you'd see is the bump of the eyes and the bump of the nose.
They're really crafty that way.
They're crafty. They'll sit, and they can sit for sometimes 4 or 5 months without eating.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and they'll just wait, and then when something nice and big comes along, those jaws get you.
Okay, so what happens if you're swimming in Florida and you come, because you hear about this.
Good question,
And you
yes.
come face to face with one of these creatures.
Well, it's funny you say that. So they say there's about 6 million of these in Florida, and people are swimming around them all the time. So these guys are very relaxed. Very often they're not going to do something, but we do hear about the odd time.
Do you have to punch them in the nose or something? Is
People
that what
say
I heard?
that, but that's what sharks. When people say both of them are wives' tales. Typically with these guys, if you were like myself, if you're in the bush with them with no one to help you, you want to get something down their throat. They have a flap on the back of their throat, and if you can flip open that flap, they'll drown.
Oh, gosh.
So they'll spit you
How
out.
How about avoid them?
Right, that means putting your hand down
It
the
is
mouth.
very rare for these guys to attack a human, but when they do, typically they'll bite you, see that you're not food for them, and they're going to let you go.
Can we make it open its mouth? I'm
No,
just curious what it looks like in there.
no.
Unfortunately, with these guys, they're not actors, so to get them to open means he's going to want to try and bite. So it'd be sort of a
Do you
teasing
understand
situation
that?
for me.
I mean,
Dave, do not listen to his
No,
suggestion.
I just
manage.
ran
Okay.
it by the expert. He said no, that's fine.
Yeah, but obviously, you can kind of see. I mean, the cameras are probably not going to get zoomed in with this guy's little teeth, but you can see his teeth don't really fit in his mouth there. Those are his big weapons. I'll turn
They
this
hang over.
sideways for you. There they are.
He's got
Now
bucks.
those are holding teeth, right? You can see how they're not like ours where they can grind things up. All they do is grab and they hold.
And he would win a staring contest. He can do it for 5 months.
He can stare for a long, long time.
Do they blink?
No, they can blink. Now they have something called a nictating membrane on their eyeball, which keeps them protected. So when they do bite something, it'll protect their eye, but also keeps the eyelid nice and moist.
All right, very
Sight
cool.
is
All right,
important.
Dave, I know you have some other friends you
Yeah,
want to
sure.
show us.
There's that. Got it?
A skunk?
Ooh,
What
here
is
we
this
go.
thing?
This is a beaver. Now this
Oh
one's
my goodness.
This one's not a great one for touching because she has really big teeth in the front of her mouth. So I'll just hold her mostly.
It looks
Okay.
just like a rat.
Now I could. She actually is the second largest rodent in the world.
It's a rodent, huh?
Yeah, like a rat is also a rodent.
And she already wants to bite you, it looks
Well,
like.
she's not biting. She's actually just sniffing around. She's like, well, you were holding a leopard. You were holding an alligator. You know, obviously an alligator would be one thing that she would want to run into.
Dave, how do you become an expert in this field? I mean, how do you bond with your
I
animals?
think you kind of have to start with an interest. I mean, I was born with, a love for animals. You can touch his back if you want there.
Really? Okay, here we go.
And then, so because I was interested, that's why I went and got a degree in zoology. And from there, got interested in the conservation side of things, which is part of the reason why I'm here. is trying to teach
Look at his
about
feet, Rosanna. They're like
conservation.
duck feet.
I
Check
know.
that out if you
Yeah.
can.
So they're semi-aquatic. You see that? I'll hold her
Wow.
like this. So she lives a lot of times in the water. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, you're a good girl.
Oh, she's
And
a little smelly, by the way.
she is. They're very, very scented, let's say. And that's how they sort of communicate to their partners and to other beavers. They live in monogamous family groups, which is neat because very often there's not a lot of mammals that are monogamous. So she'll partner with one guy and they'll be friends for life.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
Dave, we got one
All
more
right,
thing
last
that we
one.
have- yes.
Is that a monkey? What is this?
This is a primate, but not a monkey. Now, it's a lemur. Now, she's going to stay with her friend there. You can just sit right there next to us.
Oh my
Hi.
goodness.
What do we have here?
That's a rough lemur.
Lemur.
Now, one of the reasons she's staying here is, she likes her mom here, and during mating season, they get really particular about who they hang out with. And
She looks perpetually freaked out.
yeah, it's funny, and it's very calm. So this is part of the reason why I'm letting her stay with her wranglers. That it's a very calm situation for her. She knows that this is a safe place. One of the things you'll notice is that she's way high. They're arboreal, so they live in trees, and to feel safe, they just go higher. Higher the better.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you let her, she'd probably just climb up on the rafters.
All
there
right, Dave Salmoni, thank you so much. You're going to be visiting PS 84 in Brooklyn
I am.
and talking about habitat preservation.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. We'll
Thank
put all
you
the
for having me.
information on our website, myfoxandwhy.com.
Can we keep the monkey?
I don't
No,
think so.
you cannot.
They don't make very good pets.
He seems very chill right now, actually.
And
Yeah,
Dave,
well, you can see the difference when I hold.
Dave, why do you have a big scratch on your neck?
I'm sure one of the leopards or something might have got me. It just happens.
Be
Part of the
careful.
job. I
Remember
will.
that Sigmund and Roy? Whoever?
Siegfried and Roy?
Siegfried and Roy?
Yeah, I do.
Remember
Unfortunately.
that stuff? Okay.
Monocore was a bad tiger.
Good stuff, pal.
Thank you so much.
Be
Good
right-
day's coming right back.
The lemur. Show the lemur. He looks.